Get ready for 174. Alex Meyer, Ricky Robertson wrestled each other a couple times in high school, a couple times in college. Meyer coming out on top every time. Ricky Robertson out of Tinley Park, Illinois. Wrestled for Carl Sandburg High School against Alex Meyer. Another Southeast Polk. Pleasant Hill, same town, same school as Corey Clark. Same class, redshirt juniors, or yeah.
Yeah, and Robertson is one of those guys that you know, down a weight. Was at wrestled some 84 last season. This is an important match for him. You know, you got a guy that out there, Meyer, that had the ranking coming in just by the effort that he was able to put together last year in the backup role for Mike Evans. You know, had some signature wins at this 74-pound weight class, but didn't quite have the Midlands tournament. That's a holiday tournament. Sometimes you have guys that come back with a little bit of slag on their bodies, and they just don't really don't come out there real crisp, and can't always judge what's going to happen in those holiday tournaments. Always filled with surprises, but the two evenly matched guys from what I've seen in the past, and so it's an opportunity for a guy like Robertson, who hasn't had the type of wins at this weight class that Myers has, to be able to go ahead and do some good things. He is explosive. He likes to attack below the knee, Robertson, and
got a good win in overtime against Nebraska, and was one of the highlights for Wisconsin. Helped Robertson. He beat Dustin Williams in sudden victory.
And I think that, for rooting for Iowa here, you want to see Meyer get on the attacks, and not just staying close. I mean, he was, it's easy when they're the number 2 guy, right, in the lineup, and the number 1 guy is expecting to see Mike Evans, and you walk out there, and you can kind of hang close for a little bit, right, which he's kind of got that style to do, but now you're the guy, and you've got to go out there and manufacture the points. And in some cases, when you got a number beside your name, like that number 12 up there by your name, you've got guys who are going to do what you were doing to get your name in the paper.
Had a wild match to start the year. Kyle Crutchmer from Oklahoma State grapple at the gridiron, 11-10. Crutchmeyer winning that against Meyer. Meyer's only other loss, a 7-0 loss against Cody Walters from Ohio University in the Midlands, and Walters really was on a roll, and he is good on top.
Yeah, that was a fun match. I mean, great big move early, and Meyer found himself back into the match. When you give up 6 points, you just can't get it back by, it's tough to get it back by escaping takedowns. So no attempts, no level change for either guy in the third period within the first 3 minutes of the match.
Look at Alex Meyer there, 174 in the lineup. Like I said, he stepped in there in place of Mike Evans a couple of times last year. Did a really good job. The National Dual Championships. And Robertson comes on top here to begin the second period. Meyer chooses down. Just Hawkeyes out in front, 24-3.
Heavyweight stand-up, hands and feet. He's able to pop up. Robertson didn't really contest that, so only able to get 8 seconds of advantage time. A lot of work in the collar tie. Both guys trying to work the head. There's the kind of half attempt there by Meyer.
Robertson, a state champion in Illinois, senior year. Also wrestled for Team Illinois for Izzy Style School of Wrestling.
Working offense.
Nice corner attempt there. Just a straight-on shot by Robertson, and then kind of a counter. But these guys really having a difficult time of getting off the tracks. Their feet are both parallel to each other, and Robertson towards the edge, digging with an underhook. Now you see the 2-on-1. That's the first kind of the corner attempt that
And
anybody's got to. And then he ends up getting to the leg. He's looking for the far ankle. Robertson's showing some flexibility in this point. He shelves that ankle. See that on the thigh right there? He's got that shelf right there. That's a good position to finish from. Not able to control it. Now Robertson puts in a whizzer and trying to pull him off the mat. And you got to be careful you don't try to pull too much and take yourself out of position so that the leg, it's easy for Meyer to bring up with the leg, but that's exactly what Meyer should do right here, to come up with it. Now he gets picked. Right? Now he's locked onto his own wrist there. Meyer's in a tough way right now. And it comes up. Is he going to be patient enough? No.
That Robertson
ran out of time in real estate.
At the clock, knew where he was, and Alex Meyer not able to finish that. So 1-0 with the escape in the second period. Now Robertson, his turn, going underneath.
Well, Meyer was able to get to the 2-on-1, and just like what we saw with Corey Clark and Gilman, worked that 2-on-1 right, especially Clark. Now
it's a big breakdown for Meyer, right?
It is. Able to secure the right arm of Robertson. And again, in a 0-0 match in college wrestling, you know, you got to try to stay on top. And Robertson just didn't really contest it. Now he's in danger of giving up riding time because he didn't.
Well, wasn't much of a move from underneath on the whistle by Robertson right there.
Yeah.
Meyer getting to breaking down to his belly, and now has the arm lever, looking to try to put in the head lever or arm bar. But he's 33 seconds working up towards riding time. Meyer is with this ride.
And is that cross wrist? Now this is Robertson's ability.
Yes.
His opportunity to score.
And it needs to happen now.
And he's trying to switch into an ankle ride, and that's like putting a saddle on yourself.
Which is going to the riding time for Meyer.
Yeah, when you switch into an ankle ride, it's probably one of the easiest things to stay with, right? And yeah, you'll get called for stalling, but you'll give up that, Tim. You'll give up that stall warning right there.
Well, I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
let's take a look at that, because I think Barry Davis is saying there was locked hands, and when you're on top, you can't lock your hands.
I thought that Meyer was a little bit late in releasing his hands, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So we'll get there on the replay, maybe have an opportunity to see it, but yeah, but go back. Right, Robertson comes up in this position. Let's see what he's got the leg in. Meyer locks his hands, and I think
not there.
Not there, but when he releases him, he's slow to release that lock, and I think that you see Kyle Rushell, the assistant coach there, jumping up, and I don't know if that's enough to make the call again.
Now
he's got it at the ankle, right? So right there, see his right hand's on the ankle.
Yep, there's no locking hands there.
No, so my point is this: when you somebody goes in on an ankle ride on you, don't switch into it. You know, don't switch into that technique, because we're going to get there on the replay, talk, and have the advantage of the telestrator of this broadcast. But you know, when you hit that switch into that ankle ride, you're really, like I say, putting a saddle on yourself. You're better off kicking away, going away from the man, and pointing out to the referee that this guy is hanging on my ankles. But when you switch into him and put kind of a circular motion back into him, you don't really present that to the official. You don't really frame your argument.
Officials not seeing the locked hands, they weren't there, and so they'll be coming back to the center, and
let's take a look one more time. Coming up off the new start. This will maybe a little bit better angle. We'll be able to see if there was locked hands.
Now they're going to bring him back. And no change. Robertson go underneath. Still down. It's 1-0. And 59 seconds of riding time. It's warning against Meyer. He was down too low for too long. He got the 5-second count. And Robertson gets a caution for jumping the gun from underneath.
Again, look at the official there, and Robertson is doing that. And that time,
There's two.
he got two. immediately pops up to his feet. And Robertson is thinking, maybe at this stage, reversal.
Yeah, right.
Locks his hands around him. He's able to catch Meyer, and he's going to go ahead and drive across. And here, Meyer keeping his head up. Look at him to keep his head up. That's how you win scrambles. You keep your head up. Now he's in a better position to be able to continue the ride. You know, when in doubt, keep your head up in those scrambles.
Robertson about 3 times almost had it. Meyer keeping his head up, caught the ankle. Nice job on top.
Now the only way he has to have a reversal just to tie.
Take it to overtime with the riding time, really seal it.
And Tim, I didn't like to have guys ride the legs here with trying to, you know, when a reversal will tie you, you're better off not riding a leg because there's only 2 things that can happen. You can ride him out or you give up a reversal.
Right, it's not, you can't let him go for the 1. But Meyer gets the win and riding time 2-0. And so there's your winner.